Seen clients from all ages. My youngest client is 2 days old.
Wow.
Yeah, so back then when I start my career, I had plenty of time. So I even go to hospitals
Wow.
to work on newborns. And people say, like, newborns, what problem do they have?
Oh, what can they tell you, right?
Exactly. Hey, newborns, they come out, they're already, I don't know, 8, 9 months in the tummy. So there's also information there. Yeah, so that's one. And then of course, when, like we say, adults, we do have 1001 physical symptoms, emotional imbalance, depression, whatever you want to label it. When do I come for a body talk session? So this will be another unique segment in Body Talk, where the nice things that we say to also have body talk sessions when you have no symptom. Like you say, right? Like I'm feeling happy, I'm doing great, right? So this is actually the best time to do body talk, because like our smartphone, like we update we need to update as well our internal operating software. I think you mentioned in an earlier part of our sharing while we were introducing ourselves, and you mentioned things like different phases in life. Right? So normally in this part, I like to come and share from the perspective of our hormonal system.
Okay.
Which means when you are a baby, our body will secrete a certain types of hormones that the baby needs.
Yes.
When we go into puberty, we know that there are updates. Yes. The body will secrete different hormones. Like, how does the body know? Right?
Innate wisdom of
exactly. The body knows, that's the thing. And then when we go and maybe when a teenager grows up and go out to either higher studies or even go to start working, the body will shift again. And then as women, and when you get pregnant,
shift again, we change.
Life change. Like even when sometimes I go, like, people always have this concept that I only see all this, therapy or whatever when something goes wrong. But when you get married, you're super happy, right? Hormonal change. You still need to grieve for your singlehood. Right? You no longer has that freedom to do whatever you want. Right? Your responsibility change. Sometimes, there's a side joke, right? You're maybe not married to the person, but you're married to the entire family. It depends on your culture.
Yeah.
So the bigger the change, our body will already start either adapting well, adapting not well, unless you're seriously attuned to your alignment. Something is off, and this is always the best time. Every transition is the best time to get a body talk session. So I love doing sessions for kids between 10 to 13 years old to help them do the update of their operating system. And then the next biggest phase in importance is when we grow older and when we are going through the menopause. And for the men, you do have menopause too. They call it andropause. There you go. What do you call it? You age gracefully.
Yes.
But what it means is whatever that, most of us, I think we're working one way or another, either you're working for others or full-time parent or run your own business, we are still working. Just by you and your charating for X number of days, the body is already freaking out. Right? If you're working for 50 years of your life and you're going into retirement, you thought that you want to enjoy life. I think the body has a different operating system.
Yeah, totally agree with you in that. Like as we go in different stages of our life, we need to adapt and change. Likewise, our whole body, the whole energy, the whole whatever inside.
That's right.
Have to, like you say, update. The system has to be updated.
When the update happens, we adapt to change. We're not resisting change, because when we say we, the body too. When body resists change, hormone not secreting, this not doing well, cannot break down this, break down that. That's where problem comes in. right?
That's why menopause, like, you know, or whatever menopause, a lot of women have a lot of experience,
correct.
a lot of symptoms, and they are not aware that it's menopause related. Yeah,
Exactly.
and you have aches, you have
Mm-hmm.
dry eyes, you have mood swing and all that. If you're not aware that it's something to do, your body is telling you, hey, you're aging, and the body is trying to adjust to the hormones, trying to balance. And if you're resisting to aging, for instance, you still insist that you can do whatever you could do 20 years ago.
Exactly. I think it's a misconception that then you say, oh my, this is less secretion of estrogen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do replacement. So you're resisting it. You still want to chiong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we design human with somewhat the cells is designed. Our mind doesn't like change.
Yeah. So when that happens, there is a misalignment, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And how BodyTalk session can help you to kind of slowly align and find out the root cause of it, right?
Correct. To find root cause that created that misalignment, right? Rather, so it's a bit tricky. If someone is trying to look at healing as to fix, you can use alternatives, herbs, whatever else you do to treat the symptom. But the point is, this is not what we are mainly doing. Unless it's emergency situations, then it's different. That's why I say come to your session when you're not having any conscious alarming situations. Then we can do that. If you come and you go like, oh my God, today I'm so stressed, I'm this and that. So the body still, the priority is on that emergency, right? Not on healing. So using alternative methods does not mean healing to me at least. Yeah, so that's something for some students that I share. It's kind of like shocking to them. Say, no, I thought I'm using herbs to heal. I said, no, the fella who heal is your own body itself. So it's a little bit tricky and different in terms of definition.
Yeah.
Definition.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. You're not going to the root cause, you're just
Correct.
like trying to balance the symptoms.
Correct.
Symptoms. Well, sometimes to a short term, maybe, yeah, it helps in a certain extent. Helps
Correct.
you balance and all that. But the root cause could be you are resisting to aging and you're putting in extra hormones or whatever supplements. But if your mindset is I'm resisting aging, I think there is a lot of misalignment there, right?
Correct. And then of course when you take whatever you take, natural or whatever, you're not going with the actual flow of life per se, right? Actually it can make you of course stronger or less symptomatic or whatever it is, but you're doing the things that your body is like want to turn right, you continue to carry on left. It creates even a bigger gap and create even more problem eventually that we are not aware.
Yeah.